Hi guys, I'm the author of the book Vertical Living. Find your inner guru and be a high performer with purpose. When I started writing this book, the main aim which I was trying to achieve was answering the question, is it possible for an ordinary person to reach extraordinary heights? There are a lot of books out there which talk about this, but in this book what is unique is I talk about accessing specific abilities in your brain like intuition and raising your abilities to unimaginable heights. There are different parts of the brain which we never use all our life. Unless you try a fight or flight sport, unless you know what it is to deal with a wild animal, unless you know what it is to do deep sea diving, you're not going to access certain parts of your brain. You don't know what it will be to survive in the unknown. Our brain is a wonderful machine. It is gifted to everybody. There are a lot of amazing achievers who have had several problems in their brain, still they have reached amazing heights. What did they do differently? I wanted to answer these questions. And as a result, in the book, I cover a lifestyle called vertical living. It's a lifestyle where you care about your health, about your surroundings, and you follow your passion all the way to the end. Achieve extraordinary heights. This book is for people who think they are simple and ordinary and always want to reach out to the extraordinary. I give specific templates on how to go about this step by step. I talk about artists, sports people, entrepreneurs, venture capitalists. I talk about students, people who have speech defects, people who have epileptic seizure, how they went about achieving extraordinary heights. The biggest changes in life happen in 1 second. You make your decisions in 1 second. Life changes in 1 second. You decide a go or a no-go in 1 second. You make up your mind in that one split second. But what do you do in that 1 second where you have to make up your mind? Empty your mind. Don't do anything. When you have to make up your mind has to be empty. You know why? Because only an empty glass can take something. If you're empty, you can get into any shape. If your mind is empty, then you are prepared to do whatever it takes to let your energy out.
So this is Mekin Maheshwari, former leader at Flipkart and a very dear friend of mine from PS Institute of Technology. Mekin is really instrumental in shaping Flipkart and a role model to youngsters in India and to people of younger generation all over the world. I have a rapid fire section with him. So what are your top 3 suggestions for changes in the education system in India or around the world? What are the 3 most important changes we can make?
To start with ways of building confidence and trust in children. So first we have to do away with this notion of teaching. I don't think there is anything like try teaching a child how to speak. That hey, move your tongue up, touch your tooth, make this sound. It's impossible. You can't teach anybody how to speak. They learn it on themselves. They learn it by themselves. It's by imitation, by inspiration, by aspiration is how learning happens. And now for those to happen, there needs to be a very high degree of motivation for learning to happen. I believe the largest challenge with education today is actually motivation. Would probably be my largest suggestion for what I would want to happen in education.
Great answers. I hope one day you will be able to make important decisions in changing the education system in India. I really hope for that day. And my last question to you is, what are the 3 things you'd like to see different in the corporate world today, because it is very instrumental in shaping our economy and driving and motivating our youngsters and also empowering our economy. What are the 3 things you'd like to see?
I think the first thing again would be just confidence and self-belief. That for my own success, when I look back, it's been this confidence in somewhat wild decisions that I was taking. And so the ability to take creative or wild decisions or risk comes from a very high degree of self-belief and confidence. So that for me is number one, that corporate environment and corporate citizens who have high degree of confidence and corporate environments that create self-belief, that it's okay what you think and those are your thoughts, be proud of them. I think enabling experimentation and creativity again goes back to no fear. Then let's experiment. Let's see what happens, and not punishing failure. First thing again would be just confidence and self-belief. That for my own success, when I look back, it's been this confidence in somewhat wild decisions that I was taking, and so the ability to take creative or wild decisions or risk comes from a very high degree of self-belief and confidence.
Well, I guess it will be someone who is curious and is reasonably talented, so I can adapt to many different situations. So most of the things that I do now, I wasn't trained for. I learned all of that purely out of interest and necessity. And as the opportunities presented themselves to me, I took them up as opposed to saying, I haven't done this before, I don't think I can do it. My approach was more, sure, let me try it, and as I go, I'll learn. Even with my time, even with my resources, I'm really happy, at least with my time, that I was really carefree with it, in the sense that I went out and did as many things that came my way. So that worked for me. It's not that it will now work for everyone because it worked for me. But the idea is, when you are young and when you are able, you should go out and do all the things, take all the risks.
What is that one dream which keeps you awake in the night? What do you wake up to in the morning? No matter what happens in the world, if you have to sit in traffic, you have to listen to 1,000 complaints, what is that one dream which keeps you on your toes? You're not walking to that dream, but you're running, you're panting, you're so passionate. Do you know that about you? Can you ask that question to yourself again and again? What is my dream? What is my passion? What do I wake up to? When I asked world-renowned cardiac surgeon Dr. Devi Shetty,
first of all, you can't expect the whole world to change. You just need a small percentage of the people to change and lead the way, and others will follow. And even if they don't follow, it doesn't matter. The world was never changed by the entire world one day deciding to do something. It is few crazy people who thought that they should do it differently, and the rest of them will follow. Yeah. Don't be in the idea that you want to change the world. It doesn't happen that way. You will get the software. It is one man called Steve Jobs who changed everything.
Yeah.
Today the entire world is getting the benefit. Yeah. Sitting in airport in any part of the world, I can do the rounds in my ICU using the WhatsApp in my iPhone. That's what it is.
ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸು ಜಿಗ್ಜ್ಯಾಗ್ ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಂದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಪಾತ್ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ಗೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಚೇಂಜ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮೈಂಡ್, ಬಟ್ ದೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. ನೀನು ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಜಿಗ್ಜ್ಯಾಗಲ್ಲೇ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಕೊಡೋದು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದೇ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿವಿಟಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರೋ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ನ ನಾನು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಜಿಗ್ಜ್ಯಾಗ್ ಯಾವುದು, ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಯಾವುದು, ನನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಐ ಶುಡ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ನಾನು ಆ ಕಬ್ಬಿಣನ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ನನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಬ್ಬಿಣ, ನನ್ನ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾಟ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಮೆಟಲ್, ನನ್ನ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಮ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇರಬಹುದು. ಆ ಐರನ್ನನ್ನು ನಾನು ಪ್ಲಾಟಿನಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಫೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂತ.
Your friends and peers, play on your strength every day. Every other skill you may need to pick up, you need not be a master in it. However, learn to enjoy the strength which God has given you. Learn to find out what you're really good at and master it and hone it. And put effort in finding out what it is and get to it. Thank you so much.